Your Social Security check just became part of a new national system. And if your information isn't current, a simple error could now take weeks to fix instead of minutes. I really hope you're not one of the thousands who don't know about this yet, because the window to act is right now. I've identified 4 concrete steps you must take this week to make sure your payment is protected. Let's start with what just happened this week. On March 7, 2026, the Social Security Administration launched 2 brand new systems called the National Appointment Scheduling Calendar and the National Workload Management System. This is the most significant structural change at the SSA in decades. Here's what it means in plain English. Before March 7th, if you called Social Security or walked into your local office, you were helped by someone who knew your state, knew your local rules, and knew your situation. Starting now, your call or appointment could be handled by someone sitting in a completely different state, someone who may not be familiar with the specific rules that apply to you. As Kevin Thompson, CEO of 9i Capital Group, told Newsweek directly, the expectation is that AI and automation will fill in the gaps, but that assumes the technology can actually handle the nuance of real-world issues, which isn't always the case. In other words, on paper, this sounds like an upgrade. In reality, experts are warning of a bumpy transition, especially for seniors. Now, to understand why this change is happening, we have to go back to early 2025, because what started then is still affecting you today. Starting in February of last year, the Social Security Administration, under pressure from DOGE, cut 7,000 employees. That is the largest staffing cut in the entire history of the SSA. The agency went from 57,000 employees to just over 52,000. And that number matters because right now, according to the American Federation of Government Employees, one single SSA worker is responsible for serving 1,480 beneficiaries. That is 3 times the workload of 1967. Important note, this is not old news. This cut happened in 2025, but as of today, March 2026, it has not been reversed. It is the direct reason the new centralized system was created, and it is the direct reason why the transition may be difficult for many seniors. The phone lines were already struggling. NPR reported that the average wait time for SSA calls went from about 1 hour to over 1 hour and 30 minutes after the cuts. And the number of people calling in jumped from 6.5 million calls per month to over 10 million, because people were scared and confused about what was happening. Regional offices were reduced from 10 to 4. Dozens of local field offices have restricted in-person service. Martin O'Malley, the former commissioner of the Social Security Administration under the Biden administration, warned publicly, everything they're doing is driving this agency towards system collapse. It will lead to interruptions in service. The current SSA Commissioner, Frank Bisignano, has stated there are no plans to cut benefits, and to his credit, the agency says the backlog of outstanding claims has already been reduced by 40% from 27 million cases in June 2024 to around 830,000 today. But 830,000 people still waiting, and a system going through its biggest change in generations means this is not the time to assume everything will go smoothly. Now, who should be most concerned? If you are already receiving your Social Security check and your information on file is current and correct, your automated monthly payment is the most stable part of the system. For most current recipients, the check itself is not in immediate danger, but you are at higher risk if any of these apply to you. Number 1. You are about to file for the first time. The new appointment system is specifically for initial claims, and this is exactly where the transition is most uncertain. Number 2. You recently lost your spouse and need to apply for survivor benefits. These cases require human expertise, and that expertise just became harder to access. Number 3. You have a pending case, appeal, or documentation request from the SSA. With 830,000 cases still in backlog, anything unresolved is at risk of further delay. Number 4. Your banking information or address has changed recently or needs to change. With offices closing and phone lines backed up, a simple update that used to take 10 minutes can now take weeks. Number 5. You have never created an online account at ssa.gov. The SSA is explicitly pushing people toward digital access. If you're not set up online, you are at a disadvantage in the new system. So what do? Here are 4 concrete steps. Step 1. Create or log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov. This is now your primary tool. You can check your payment status, verify your information, and respond to any SSA request without calling or visiting an office. If your information there is outdated, fix it now. Step 2. Confirm your bank account and address on file are correct. Under the new system, a wrong bank account number could cause a delay that takes weeks to resolve, not days. Verify this before you have a problem, not after. Step 3. If you have any pending matters with the SSA, a new claim, a name change, a benefit adjustment, a survivor application, contact them as soon as possible. SSA employees have confirmed that the new system will take time to stabilize, and anyone with an open case should not wait. Step 4. If you receive any letter from the SSA asking for information or documentation, do not ignore it. With staffing at historic lows and a new system just launched, unanswered requests take far longer to resolve than before. Respond immediately. You can reach the SSA at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov directly. To be completely fair with you, the SSA and the White House have both stated clearly that Social Security benefits will continue to be paid. The Commissioner has committed to reducing average call wait times to 12 minutes by September 2026, down from the current 19 minutes. And the agency does say the claims backlog is improving, but here is the honest reality. A system that just lost 7,000 experienced workers, launched its biggest operational change in decades, and is simultaneously trying to move millions of seniors toward digital tools. That system is under serious stress. The question is not whether the government wants to pay you. The question is whether the system can continue to do so reliably, on time, without interruption, while all of these changes are happening at once. And that is a question every senior deserves an honest answer to. If this video gave you information you didn't have before, please share it. Not for me. For the women in your life, your mother, your sister, your neighbor, who depend on that check and have no idea what just changed inside the SSA. And if you want to stay ahead of these changes as they happen, subscribe. Because what I cover here is exactly this: the real changes to Social Security, Medicare, and IRS rules that affect your check, explained clearly, without the panic and without the politics. The next video I'm releasing connects directly to this topic: how the IRS is taxing your Social Security check before it even reaches you, and what you can do about it. I'll see you there.